Today, the topic is Scot SAP Connect Administration. So, Scot is the one of the SAP Connect tool, one of the transaction code is used to send the emails to the external systems, external communications from SAP, to some external to send the emails. We will use the Scot transaction code. Scot is the one of the transaction code. There we will do the configurations, SMTP configurations to send the mails to send the emails to. So some fax, text messages, internal email. So some external printers between the SAP systems. So maybe basically it enables the external communication component to be connected to the SAP system here. So here SMTP plugin we have to install in essence Scot transaction code. SMTP node we have to activate it. We have to activate it here. SMTP node we have to activate it. SMTP node we have to activate it to receive the to send the emails. So we have to enable the SMTP node in transaction code here. In the transaction code, we have to enable it here. So to perform this one, we have to log into the SAP system. Here, what you required is here, we need so the email server address, email server IP address we required. Email server IP address we required means mailbox server IP address is required to perform this configuration. Mail server IP address we required here. So mail server IP details we required here. Okay. So Scot, we have to go to the Scot transaction code. There we have to perform this configuration. This configuration we have to perform in the Scot transaction code here. Okay. So let's go to our NWD system. In the NWD, so let's log into one of the client, any one of the client. So user, let's check. Okay. So I connected to the 100 client. Okay. Basis user, any client, you can connect it. Okay. So then after the connection, what we can do, go to the Scot transaction code here. Okay. So I think 100 client. So these are the not working. Let me go to any other 500 client. Okay, Scot transaction code here. Okay, so here what we have to do in the Scot transaction code, someone connected to the administrator user. So in the Scot transaction code, go to the here, right? SAP Scot, right? Scot is the transaction code here. So here we have to go to see here to send the outbound messages and to receive the messages to the inbound also. Outbound means which are going out of the system, means from SAP to some other external email address, SAP to external email address here. That is called the outbound, which are going out. So which means outbound, which are coming inside, that is called the inbound. So just see the difference here, which are going out. Out means outbound emails here, outbound. Okay, outbound means suppose user done the one transaction, user done the one order, is booked the ticket or something. Then after some time, he will get the recipients, right? He will get the ticket with the PDF. He will get to his email address, right? His email address, he will get the ticket. So which means it's going out of the SAP system here. So sometimes we may have to send the email. That is called the inbound. That is called the inbound email address which is coming into SAP, going outside of the SAP. So this mailbox configuration we have to perform here in in the outbound messages. In the outbound messages, in the SMTP outbound messages here, just click on the, just here, we have to create the node here. We have to create the node. That node name is called the SMTP node. We have to create it. SMTP node. Okay. So then here, no, someone trying to use the administrator user. Let's give me 2 minutes. Okay. So here we have to provide the mail host name, mailbox server name. Normally, your IT team or network team, they will provide you the mailbox host name, the mail server host name. They will provide you the mail server host name. They will provide you. Okay, the mail server host name they will provide you here. So here we have to provide the mail server. Normally, we don't have anything. That's why just to give the one standard one, that is called the smtp.gmail.com mailbox server name. We have to provide it here. Mailbox server name we have to provide it here. Mailbox server we have to provide it here. So mailbox host name and mailbox port number here, right? So this is the common port number 22, and mailbox server, not the 22, it's a 25, right? So mailbox host name is, normally we will get the mailbox server from the our IT team to receive the mails to the our Outlook and everything. They will provide you the, every company they have then dedicated mail server to receive email communications and everything here. So same as we have here, right? Just click on the continue here. So you want to receive the internet emails. So just click on OK. Then what type of address you have to receive means whether you need the email, you want to send the emails to the all the emails like Gmail, company emails, all the things, then you can put the star. No, you don't want to put everything. You want to receive the emails to the only Gmails. Then you can type the only gmail.com, something like that. You want to receive everyone, then just click the star address area. You need to type it here, right? Click on continue, right? Just click on the add. So there is a job actually. There is a job. So normally every every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes depends upon the schedule. There is a job, SAP Connect job. The job will send the emails to the external here. So that's why I mentioned the every 5 minutes once here. So like that, I said the one email communication, one configuration I have done it here, right? So mailbox configuration. This is for the, so SMTP configuration. We have to perform it here, right? SMTP configuration here. smtp.gmail.com here. Okay. Mailbox server configuration here. So here the SMTP node should be active status. SMTP node should be active status here. So all the configuration activities and everything. So we have to perform here. All the configuration activities we have to perform in the systems here. So by enabling the SMTP, or suppose like after that also you want to enable, if you want to disable, just to remove this node and click on OK button, that node is disabled status. If you enable this node, then only we will receive the emails from SAP system. Emails from SAP system. If we want to do any changes here, just to go to the set, then just set the anything if you want to change it here, right? Suppose you want to change the communication address type and everything, just you can send it everything here. Everything you can save it here. You can do the changes here, right? So like this, we can do the configurations. We can do the configuration. Sometimes we may have to configure the domain, the company domain here. Company domain address we have to create it here, domain, default domain. So like at the rate of, so mycompany.com, at the rate of hcl.com, at the rate of ibm.com, something like that, we have to configure the domains here, so that only the dedicated domain people will receive the emails. Dedicated domain people will get the emails from the SAP system here, SAP system here. Okay, so that is the domain we have to perform the configuration, domain configuration we have to perform. Here in the settings, we have to provide the default domain configuration here. So remaining not required all. Why? Because there is a one job which will send the emails to the respective people here. So not required to do anything here. Just we have to enable the SMTP node for the emails receiver, email communication purpose. We have to send that one email communication purpose. We have to send the emails here. That is the, so one thing we have to do it in the systems here. One thing, so we have to do it in the systems here. Okay, so for inbound emails, there is a specific setting for the inbound emails. Specific settings you have to do it for the specific settings. But as of now, we are discussing about the outbound emails here. Outbound emails to send out of the emails from SAP here. So now where to in SMTP in Scot transaction code, we can enable the node and we can perform the all the configuration here. In SM, in Scot transaction code, we can enable the configuration and everything here, right? In SOST, we can check the how the emails are going and any failures or anything. We can check the mails in SOST here, right? That is the transaction code here. Let me 1 minute. Charging this laptop is not getting charged. Just one. Here it is getting charged. Okay. Okay, so in Scot transaction code, we can check the status of the each and every outbound email, whether mails are going to the recipients, receivers are failing. So we can check it out here in the SOST. After this configuration, we can, if we go to the SOST, here we can check the, are there any failed messages are here. Anything is failing in this screen, we will see it here. How many are send request, waiting, sent, error, all the information we can check it out from here in this case here, right? So see here the Scot transaction code, we can check everything here. So there is a job when you perform this configuration in SM37, you see there is a SAP connect job here, SAP connect job. So this job will trigger the all the messages to the recipients here. So when the time of configuration, we will enable this one. When the time of configuration, so we have enabled this one, right? So SAP connect job here. This will be, and we have enabled in the Scot transaction code. In the Scot transaction code, so we have enabled this job here. SMTP job we have enabled here. If you want, you can see here, there is a send job. There is a send job here. Here just click on the go ahead and create the default job also here. So all the address types here, just to provide the job name, it should start immediately. So but or every 10 minutes or every 5 minutes job will trigger it here automatically. This is the SAP Connect job here, right? SAP Connect job is released here, right? Every 10 minutes this job will start it here. Every 10 minutes this job will start it here. That is the one thing here. In SM37 we see there is a connect job which we created, right? So that will start every 10 minutes here. This is the SAP connect job every 10 minutes. So this job will send the all the messages to the receivers, all the receivers here. So sometimes if you are not getting, if not getting like emails are not going out means, so first of all what you have to do, check, you need to check the in the Scot, check the whether the node is enabled or not. First of all, this node should be enabled. Then the job should be running or not. In SM37, we can check the job is running or not. Okay, everything is okay. Definitely the user will receive the emails. Then go to SOST and see the messages here. See the messages here whether user is receiving the messages or not. You will see the messages to the in this box here. That is called the SM SOST here, right? So now how to trigger the messages here? Normally, if any job completed, any order completed, any payment or booking completed, automatically the attachments will be generated that will be sent to the receivers. So but here we don't have any so custom jobs or nothing which will generate the PDFs and it is going outside of the system. Normally what we can do here, we can test it using the SBWP SAP Business Workspace, SAP Business Workspace Administration. What we can do here, we can SBWP, we can create the, we can send the messages. So here we have the option to so send the messages, our inbox, outbounds, so shared folders, private folders, all the information we have here, business workspace. So calendar, we can send the appointments to the, so some other person's distribution list and everything here. So let's try to create the one new message here. I want to send the message to the, so email to the one of the person here, SAP basis at so gmail.com, at gmail.com. I want to send the message here. So title of the title. So title is here some test, right? Suppose you want to attachment anything here. Who is the recipients? Recipients is the recipients here. This recipients is the internet email address, external address here, external address here. So you want to send the send express. So you want to send the copy also, you want to send it to the him, just send it here. Right, just type the text message here, hi team, something like that, you can send it. If you want to add any attachments, you can add the attachments also, everything here. Then just click on the send button here, so that the messages is went to the is email box and everything here. So where can we check? So now we are not sure whether the message received by the recipient's SAP basis or not. But if we go to the SOST transaction code, here we can observe it here. There is a one email. There is a one email is waiting to be sent here. One is the one email dispatch time at not received. So dispatching time every 10 minutes the job will run. It will send the messages to the respective recipients here. Respective recipients here. So let's check here. Let's check here. We have to wait the 10 minutes. Why? Because the job frequency is the every 10 minutes here. Instead of that, we can also send the manually also we can send it to the here. Just click on the select the email, just click on the OK button here, then that will send it to the your respective emails here. Respective emails here, it will send it to the here. Then here we can see the message. If it gets failed, you will see the message here why it is getting failed or send it here. Why? Because here it will be sent after 652 here. Means job will trigger it here. Job will trigger it here automatically. Job will trigger it here. If you want to resend, it's already in the queue. So if you want to send manually, we can also send the, we can also set the date and time also here, right? So if you want to manually send it here, so you can also send the, you can also send it here, right? Zero message sent here. So it won't go. Why? Because this email ID not exist, the mailbox server is not exist, so it won't go to the system here, it will be failed, it will be failed here. So here who will send this one, who will send this one? So how these messages will go away means, so as I mentioned here in SM37, the job, the SAP Connect job, SAP Connect job will send it to the respective people here, respective people here. Whatever the emails are there, this will send it here. So we can also manually run the job also one time here. We can also run the manually also we can run it here. So now job is running here. It finished. So now we can observe it here. Now we can observe it here. The job log. Are there any messages are there here? So nothing is there here. So nothing we sent it here. Why? Because so that email address, that address and the mailbox server, that email address are not the matching here. That's why it got stuck here. It got stuck in this case itself. So in SB, in SBWP, we can send the messages. This is the business workspace transaction code here. So here we can send the messages, new messages, we can send it to the respective people, we can send it to the respective people here. Whom you want to send it, suppose like you want to send it to the basis user, you want to send it to the basis user here. So we can send it here. So we can also send it to the within the system basis user also we can send it. SAP logon user here. So if you go to the SOST, here you will get the one more email address also. You will get it out here, right? You will get as per the timelines. You will receive the emails here. So that is the one thing here. Everything you will get stuck in the system here in SOST. All the outbound messages we can track it in the SOST transaction code here, SOST transaction code here. Okay, this is the one thing here. So SBWP is for the business workspace. Here you can create the calendars, departments, anything. You can do it in the business workspace here. So here you can see the how many are inbox drafted. So how many you received the messages here. Sometimes you will also receive the mails from the other systems, from others to here. Then in this case you will see in your inbox here, right? Outbounds means which are going outside of the your system here. Those you are sent it here, right? You see here, one is the sent, one is the still pending here, right? Last one within the email, so you sent it here. So that is the sent address here, which are you sent it here, outbounds. So sometimes workflow started inbox and everything here. So those are the documents which are sending to the here, right? It's still sending, it's not went, it's still sending mode here, still sending here. Okay, so this is the one here. Right? So inbox means which are coming to you within the system, which are coming to you. So those things we can see it in the SBWP here. Suppose sometimes you will get the messages from the external to SAP system here, external to SAP system here. So that time, so those things we can find out in the SO. So those things we can SBWP, you can see the whether how many you received, how many are waiting for the approvals, inbox, so unread documents, all those things you will see it from here, right? So normally if it is the normally if it is the system in the SMICM. So if you are sending to the external servers SOST, we can monitor it here, right? Suppose you are receiving to the SAP inbound, that means SOIN transaction code, we can monitor it here. This is called the inbound request here, which are coming inside of the system here. So which are coming to you, how many you received or not, whether it will show you here. For this one, there is a specific configuration we have to perform it to achieve this configuration. There is a specific configuration we have to work it out here. So this is the inbound email configuration. Here inbound request, how many are there, how many are received, all those things we can monitor in the SOIN. SOIN is the inbound, SOST is the outbound. Okay, these are the inbound and these are the outbound here. Okay, that is the one thing here. Okay, so these are about the transaction codes you need to remember here in the systems. Okay, so apart from that we have SOIN. This is called the inbound emails checking. So SOST is the outbound emails checking here. Business workspace, Scot. So SMTP node enabling and the job scheduling and everything we can do it here. What is the job which is responsible here? The job is responsible for the job is responsible for so SAP connect job here. The next one is the SMICM. SMICM is the transaction code here. ICM means it's a ICM monitor, ICM administration, internet communication monitoring here. ICM means internet communication monitoring here. So sometimes users they will open the server address server, say they will log into the server through uh, ICM. So to means web browser. Sometimes users will log into the our SAP system using the web browser. Browsers they will use it, right? Chrome, www.google.com or amazon.com or flipkart.com, something like that. We will open the URLs. That time so ICM is the process in the server. It will pick up the user request here. So this ICM monitoring, we can see it in the SMICM is the transaction code. SMICM is the transaction code here. So here we can monitor so whether ICM is up and running or not. If it is running, it will handle the web-based request here. If it is not active, not running, then it will not handle the web-based request here. So here normally when you are logging through the SAP GUI, that time dispatcher will assign to the respective work process here. Normally when you are using the browser, that time when you are using the browser, that time what we will do here, it will use the here ICM will take care of the request here. So in this case, in SMICM, we can see the so ICM we can see the messages here ICM is running or not here. So here ICM threads will handle the your web-based request and everything here, right? So it will running. It is not running, it will be stopped status or it will come to the red status here. Here we can monitor it here ICM here. So here ICM will work based upon the port numbers here. In the if you go to the services here you will see the services here, HTTP service or HTTPS service you will see here. So right here ports numbers we have to configure it as soon as so you are done with your work. Your ports we have to enable it here. Ports we have to enable it here. So ports we have to enable it here in the system here. So ports like so we have to create the ports here HTTP or HTTPS ports. So why? Because normally in the browser we will open the HTTP HTTPS ports, right? So same way here we have to open the ports here. So okay, so HTTPS I have enabled here. Let's try to delete one HTTPS. Okay, HTTPS I have enabled. So why means here if you open the anything here normally HTTPS colon so google.com, right? So normally by default it will use the 443 port number here. By default 443 port number here. So it is the pure HTTPS port. So pure HTTPS means it's a 443. Pure HTTPS means it's a 443 port. HTTP means it's a 80 port here. So these are the ports we have to enable it here. Otherwise systems it won't system the services we cannot open it. The services we cannot open it in the systems here. So that is the reason we have enabled the ports here. So then only we can open the server related details and everything we can open it here. Server related details and everything we can open it here, right? So that is the reason in the system also we have opened here. So now if you type suppose like HTTPS colon SAP, our server name is SAP Windows 1. So if you type it here, that will say like it's a that will be said like insecure means it's HTTP port only, but certificate we have to import it. But we are able to open the ports here. We are able to open the server address here, right? So but after that, what is the service you are trying to access? What is the service you are trying to access here? Suppose sometimes there is a service activations. So in SMICM we can check the ports status and ICM status here, whether the ports are active or not. And so ports are active or not, when ICM is running or not, we can check in the ICM transaction code here, right? So then SICF transaction code is for the service activation. Service activations we have to perform here. So what specific service you are trying to activate? What specific service you are trying to activate here? Suppose if you go to the SICF transaction code, here we have to activate the list of services here. If you execute it, you will see the list of services here, right? So what service in the system you are trying to access? So gateway module, enterprise search. Suppose like what type of service here you want to access? Suppose service means after the URL, whatever you will get, that is the service here. Suppose like example, if you see the IRCTC you are getting. But after the IRCTC is the main address here. After that, you are getting the NGET. NGET is the sub-service. Under that, again, sub-service is the train search. So these things we have to active. First of all, this service should be exist. Then we have to activate in the, so we have to activate in the here in the service path in SACF, we have to activate it here. Then if you activate it here, then all the users will open the so train ticket booking system, and these are the sub services. These are the sub services here. These are the sub services here. Same way in SAP also, if anything functionality you want to open SAP side, we need to enable the sub services here. So default host means our main host. Under that we have the sub services here. Anything sub services here. So we have to open. Suppose you want to open the BW, enterprise search, OData, HR, anything you want to open it here. XI, many things if you want to open anything here, you want to transfer, just we have to right click and activate the service here. Okay, you have to activate the services here. Suppose you want to open the enterprise search, right click and activate the services here. Activate the services here. So in this case, if you activate it, we can search it here. We can search it here. We can search that one here. We can search it here. So like that SAP transfer. This is the URL. That is the main URL. Under the main URL, you see. So host name and port number. Then after that SAP transfer. Same as like SAP transfer. So this is the transfer related. So URL here. This is the transfer related. So URL here we have opened in the system here. So it will open the specific service here. Specific service here. But in the outside public side, people will so we'll disable this one. We'll disable accessing this one here. So they will give the fancy name here, like Wipro.com or Google.com, something like some fancy name they will put it out. Why? Because in the public side, internet side, they will so if you give the real host name, it will be exposed. It will be exposed to the everybody, right? It will be exposed to the everybody here. So to avoid this one, so we have to use the fancy names in the networking level. Network team knows they will they will they will decide and they will route they will map it. So they will map it here. So that is the thing here. Same as like here, some other services also we can enable it here. So whatever the services they asked us to enable it, we can enable it here. So that is the requirement. If you get any service activation, go to the SACF, then we can activate. We can activate like that. Suppose they asked us to activate the web GUI, then we can enable the web GUI here. Just test it here. You will see web GUI you will get here. So they are asking like SAP public BC, SAP public BC service also they are asking us to enable it here. So activation, the service activation, SICF, we have to go to the SICF and we have to do that one here. Just to open in the Chrome, it will be very simple here in the Chrome. So the HTTP host name, all these things are same here. So here, see here, your web GUI level, you will get the so SAP logon pad here. The GUI level, you will get the SAP logon pad now. So GUI level, you will get the SAP logon pad now here. So here we are using the host name, port number. So sometimes we may not require to use the port number and everything here. It's not required sometimes here. So here you can see the connection timeout. So which means in the SMICM, the port which is configured here, the ports, the port, the services, the port which is configured only, say 15 seconds timeout only. Change it to the, so 600 here. Okay, 8080 port number. So it's by default it's taken the 8080 here. So HTTPS also we can change the HTTPS also. We can change the, so you can change this one here. Okay, that is the one here. Just click on the refresh button. Now let's see whether the web GUI will open or not here. Here it is loading now. Right? See here, you got the SAP login page here. So here you see what it is saying that, so SAP login page, same whenever you log into the SAP system, how you will get it out, then you can use it, then you can log into the SAP system here. SAP system, you can log in here, right? So normally this we will get, so browser level, I am opening, I am logging into the SAP system here. Instead of logging into the SAP login pad, so opening here, so why can't I use my URL here to log in here? Same way, in my address also for public users, I am giving the SAP users here for production instance, HTTPS. So this is the host name, this is the port number, and SAP BC GUI. So anywhere you can open it in my production systems here. This is the one. So this is the one. So anywhere you can open it here. So anywhere from mobile also, from while you're traveling, while you're in the bus, you can also so practice my SAP systems and everything here. You can practice it as well here from here. You have opened from the browser outside of the network here. In the mobile also you can open it here, right? So this way, right? So see here. So same way we can also configure all SAP details here. Here SAP is the main service. This is the sub service. After that, this is the service. After that, this is the service. Next one is the web GUI is the one of the service. You can open the GUI in the browser mode also. For this one, we have to activate the service. So for that one, for service activation, we have to go to the Sicf transaction code. There we have to activate the services here. If you know the service name, just you can type the service name here. If you don't know the service name, just click on the OK button. Then we can search it out. What is the service name? We have to open it here. What is, suppose if they asked us to open the SAP Connect to receive, this is for the SAP Connect is the to receive our emails, to receive the emails to SAP. Then in this case, SAP Connect is should be active status here. Here, this is should be active status here. That's why I have activated now. I'm activating the this SACF services here. Okay, this SAP Connect I am activating here. Field symbol not assigned. Okay, still it is opening. First time it will take some time to open. But other systems, if you, as I showed here, other systems, just to open it here, automatically you will open the SAP GUI. In the mobile phone also, the URLs will open, right? So it will open from the systems here. This is the one. Here you can, from mobile also, you can practice it. So open the browser URL, check what's happening in the system, all the information, you can check it out here. Okay, so that is the one thing here. Okay, so I'm trying to remove the one, forcefully remove the one user here. He is the external user. So he is the external user. I'm trying to remove him from the user. So select the user. Then we want to throw out the user from system. Just select the user. He is the logging from the, so he is the user PC. His name is Raviteja. He is connected to the system here. Just select it. We can throw out. We can leave this. We can exit. Exit means I will exit it here. So then there is an option to, okay, got it. SM04 here. Okay, I will check it out that later here. Okay, this is still loading. Okay, so this is the way we can activate the SICF services here. SICF services we can activate. Any service activation we have to perform in the SICF transaction code. That is the one thing you should remember. Okay, so any ports, suppose users are unable to open the web GUI, they are unable to connect it, means through browser they are unable to connect it to the means, you need to check the whether ICM is running or not. That is the one thing you should be required. You should understand the what is the port number, whether the services are up and running or not. We can check whether the port HTTP or HTTP ports are active or not. You will get the all the information here. Okay, you will get the all the information here. That is the port. So you can check it out that one here. Okay, so that is the one thing here. Okay, so yeah, that is the SMICM SICF transaction code. So this is the inbound emails and outbound email communication, and these are the things here. Okay, so any questions today? Much we discussed about the transaction codes and everything here. Okay, anyone, any questions here?
Sir, one question. In ICM, we are changing port timeouts, right?
Right.
Response time.
Yes.
That 15 to 600 seconds you have changed it.
Right.
That was a temporary change, right? If
Yeah,
we
yeah.
want to make it a permanent
Permanent.
change,
Yeah, ports and RJ10, RJ11. So these are the temporarily I have enabled the so ports, and this one I have enabled here, right? But if you restart the
yeah.
ICM, this will go away. So, but permanently, if you want to make these ports active, we have to go to the RJ10, and go select the instance profile, select the profile, then go to the extended main, same the profile concept. Here just to change the ICM port number here, ICM slash. So there is a port ICM slash. So server 0 underscore, there is a parameter. So if you don't know, there is a parameter, there is a syntax. So that parameter we have to set it out here. Then we have to restart it in the system here. Let me find out here in the browser. ICM server underscore 0. So in any case, those are the temporary. So permanently we need to change the this parameters, ICM parameters. For this one, so there is a say in a HTTP, then HTTPS. So profile parameters, we have to configure it here permanently here. Permanently, so we have to configure it in the systems here. So the parameter name is here, you will see here RJ10 here. This is the one, yes, server underscore 0. So just to go to the here. So here we have to ports, right? So you have to enable this one here. So you have to enable
Okay.
value is there, or if you search it out here, also you will get here. So port HTTP port number 0 instead of 8080. So timeout parameter 60 seconds. So it's very less. So then you can configure the 600 seconds. Go back, copy, go back, copy, then save, then activate and restart. So settings will be permanent here. Settings will be permanent here. Same as like here, you can configure the others parameter also here. This is for the activation of the activation of the HTTP, HTTPS parameters. You can enable the remaining parameters as well. So they have clearly mentioned here how to enable it and everything here. It's simple. You also knows, right, how to enable and
Yeah.
everything. You can
I have
enable.
enabled that client parameter.
Yeah. You can also enable this one and restart it, and let's see.
Okay.
So why? Because here, when if it's already enabled, then always you will see the ports are active status only. It should be active, 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 green tick mark here. If it is a disabled status, then you won't see this one here. If you restart the ICM, then you will see these ports are gone. Why? Because temporarily we have enabled this one. To enable permanently, we have to set this one in the RJ10 in the instance profile. In the respect to instance profile, we have to set this profiles here like this. We have to set it out. Okay. So,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Anyone? Any questions? Any other?